Part 3, how to create a beautiful 1 to 10 page digital printable from scratch. How many of you already have an idea of how to do this? How many of you already have an idea of doing this because you've followed me for a while or you've created your own PDF before? Okay, great. I'm going to give you guys 2 or 3 PDF templates with this sort of the old school style of template, but that's not really what I want to cover today. What I want to cover today is a very, very specific type of template, and this is your first bonus. This is the first bonus. This is what I want to cover with you guys that is something that you're going to be able to work with in a very, very easy way. Okay? So let's dive in. Let's talk about it. Let's get into this process and let's talk about this. Can you guys see Canva on your screen right now? Give me a 1 if you can see Canva. Give me a number 1 if you can see Canva. Okay? Now, this is not hard, but this is where we start. And you can see some stuff left over from the first one we built that was just made its way into the template. But here's what I want to show you. This is the template. This is a template, and this template basically has 3 pages with different kinds of layouts. We've got sort of the several box layout. We've got kind of the layout with the boxes all the way down, and we've got layouts of boxes sort of going more this direction. Everybody understand kind of what we got here. What I want you to think about is this. I want you to think about, you can edit this, you can rock this out, and for those of you that are like, Ben, that text is way too small. I get it, but remember, we're building a little cheat sheet, something with a lot of information built on it, so do the old zoomaroo when you're editing this so that it can still be editable and easy for you to read, but it's something that you can cram a lot of information into one thing. So every single one of you here is going to get this template. And the way that this template works is very simple. I can say, you know what, I need another page that looks like this. So I can click this, we've got another page. I can go in, I can alter the background of this. We can make that purple. We can make that orange. And you can do all kinds of things. I'm gonna make this orange so that it matches sort of the orange background there. So you can do all kinds of things to edit these and get these things where they need to be. But all we're doing is we're typing in information into these boxes. It's not complicated. So far, so good. Does everybody sort of understand what we're doing here? What we're doing here in terms of this. If you want to like edit the back, you go, you select this back here, you go in and you can make that color. I mean, this is the easiest thing in the world. Remember, we're getting paid to be the Reader's Digest. Now, I'm just showing you the template. I'm going to show you how to use it in a second. But the idea is, this is our core title. So if this was our bartending cheat sheet, we can move this over a little bit. And now we're good there. Yeah, I have a Canva Pro account, which I highly recommend to anybody that's doing digital marketing because it's super cheap and it gives you some extra options. I'm sure you can get by without it, but there you go. So far, so good. So we just make edits to the titles here. Every section here, you're gonna like put your logo in here. So there's a logo section here where you can put your logo in. And then down here, there's a copyright that's on every page. Just change the copyright to whatever you want. And then every section, you're just going to put the information that you need into here. Follow me so far. If you need a picture, all of these little pictures that I have here, so that's a whiskey glass. I'm just going over here to Elements. I'm typing in whiskey glass. And now I've got my whiskey glass. So anything you want to do, you guys can probably find in the graphics section of Canva. Do people ever bitch about printing, how ink intensive this style is? Thanks. If they do, If they do, and it happens occasionally, I tell them, hey, you can look at it on your device, or you can make sure that it's in black and white. And listen, are you guys, when you make lots of sales, going to have people that are going to bitch about stuff? What do you think? Are you going to have people that are going to bitch about stuff? I hate to break it to you. You're going to have some of the most asinine stuff that hits your support email, and that's just part of the game. That's business. Let me ask you a question. Do you think I give two shits about refunding somebody $20 if I'm tired of listening to their shit? Do you think I care refunding somebody $20 if I'm tired of listening to their shit? I don't care. That's the beauty of this, you guys. You have to pay $20 back to somebody. You have to pay $20 back to somebody that you don't want to deal with anymore. Awesome. You move on. It's totally cool. Totally cool. Don't worry about that is what I'm telling you. Okay? Don't worry about that. Just build it and go and deal with it as it comes. It's not hard. But we've got this stuff. Now, all of this is just fill in the blank sections. You got some bullets. Obviously, you can format this the way you want to too, but I'm giving you the pages that we use to set up pretty much everything that we do from scratch. Give me number one if you think this is valuable out of the gate. How do you keep people from sharing this without paying you? You ready for this? You ready for the revolution? Who's ready for the revolution of how I keep people from sharing this without paying me? Give me number one if you're ready for the revolution. I don't fucking care. I don't care. Here's the secret that you're going to learn when you do this. You're going to make a crap load of money, even though some people are going to share your stuff. And all you can do is what I do every so often. Every so often, my lawyer chases one of these people down, and that's it. I don't spend any of my day worrying about the people trying to take advantage of me. I spend all of my day trying to make better digital printables and to take care of the customers that have bought them that are reasonable. Does that make sense? Also, down here at the bottom, put the name of your brand, put your website. People that steal from you will come buy from you later on. I have made so much money off people that downloaded something for free from me for the first time that thought my stuff was good and it helped them, so they came and bought it. Be honest with me in the chat right now. How many of you bastards have stolen something from me in the past, but it ended up leading you to buy something from me? I know who you are. I'm kidding. I don't know who you are. I'm kidding. I'm messing with you. But does everybody understand? Don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. It's going to work itself out in the wash and you'll still make a lot of money. Don't look behind you, look forward. And that's a look behind you thing. So far, does this template help get you started in terms of having something in a place to put information? Give me a yes if so. Give me a yes if so. Okay, now that's good enough. But I want to show you the game changer for me. Okay, I want to show you the game changer for me. Does everybody see good old Chat GPT on your screen right now? You guys see Chat GPT on your screen right now? I want to show you a couple things, and I'm not going to type in a search phrase and make you wait on Chat GPT. I prepped this ahead of time so that you didn't have to wait. But I want you to look at a couple things, and I want you to look at how stupidly simple this was for me to build. And this is most of what I do to get started with everything that I'm doing that saves me a ton of time. Do you guys think it takes me longer to research the individual topics, or do you think it takes me longer to build the outline? You might think that it takes me longer to research the individual topics, but it takes me 10 times as long to build the outline. This is where people get stuck. It's hard to organize information, But once you have the information organized, it's easy to do the little bit of research because you have a map to do the research. Does everybody understand what I just said? Does everybody understand what I just said? Once you know what you're looking for, it's not hard to find it. Most people struggle with research because they don't even know what they're looking for. So I want to show you this. I want you to look at this prompt. This prompt is create a study guide for someone studying the human heart. Just a little bit of something that I'm going to give you guys an insight to. Every single year, about every 3 months actually, there is a ton of kids/adults that are freaking out because they have to learn the human heart for a test that's coming up at school. Does everybody understand what I just said? The way the heart works is a thing unto itself. And so every year when people get to that particular chapter, they have to learn certain things about the heart. And you could say this about the lungs, you could say this about the circulatory system. I want you to understand, whether it's chiropractic school like I went through, whether it's medical school, whether it's dental hygiene school. My wife had to learn this as a dental hygienist. But this is the idea, guys. Every year, they've got just this one topic. So create a study guide for someone studying the human heart. I asked ChatGPT to do this, and I want you to look at this. I want you to look at this. Part 1, introduction. Part 2, anatomy, chambers, valves, blood vessels, heart wall layers. So far, so good. Number 3, physiology, cardiac cycle, diastolic, electrical conduction system. What does this look a lot like to me? What does this look a lot like to me? Just this, what I like, very simple, not an advanced prompt, but I want you guys to look at something. When I click into this, introduction equals that. Everybody got that? Everybody got that? Let's go here, chambers. So number 2 is anatomy of the heart, okay? Obviously we need a bigger section here, but maybe we could do anatomy of the heart here. Yeah, sorry. So anatomy of the heart is 2. So there's chambers. We got valves, blood vessels, heart wall layers. Everybody see what I'm doing? Everybody see what I'm doing? I would obviously create another section for heart wall layers and pericardium, so I would have 5 sections in here. But does everybody understand how what they are giving me here, I'm filling in? So let's go back up to chambers. Let's go back up to chambers. So I'm going to have atrium. I'm actually going to borrow a title here and bring it over. So title from over here. Actually, let me get rid of this. Hang on. So let's grab a title here. We're going to put our title over here. Move this content down. And we're going to make this Roman numeral with an I, atrium. Everybody see that? So we got atrium there. From there, we want ventricles. So we do atrium, which is upper chambers. And I'm not going to do all this, obviously, but just stick with me. So far, so good. Are you catching what I'm laying down here? Catching what I'm laying down here. So all I'm doing is I'm taking this. Does this take time? Does this take a little bit of time? It absolutely does. But let me ask you a question. The time that you're putting in, the time you're saving here saves a ton. But the time you're putting in is what you're getting paid for, and you only do it once. Now, let me dress this up a little bit. Obviously, we would take this, and I'm going to grab this text here. Everybody see I just copied that? Okay, let's go get our ventricles. How's that? You're getting the idea here. So we do that in here. Now, let's see if Canva can help us out. I've just grabbed a picture of the heart. All right, now let's say you don't know anything about the heart, right? So then we go to Google. I just want you guys to understand what I'm doing. Let's go to Google. Okay. So kind of see where I'm going with this? Right atrium, left atrium. I'm going to make sure this has a little bit of shadow on it so that it really pops over the image. We're going to bold this. Now, I know a lot of you aren't into like anatomy and like this kind of stuff, but I just wanted to show you when we get into like this type of thing, that this is also nothing to be intimidated by, okay? And I guarantee you a lot of you are like, well, Ben, you could do it better if you did it this way right now, right? Like some of you are already hitting me up, Ben, make it 2 lines. You're right. Like, but that's what I'm saying. How many of you feel like you already have an idea of how to do this watching me do this? Like, this is fun. This is totally fun, you guys. And that's the thing. Did ChatGPT tell me everything about this picture? Did ChatGPT tell me everything about this picture that I just popped in there to make this better? Did it tell me everything about this picture? No, but it told me what I needed to go look up, and so I was able to dress this up based on that. Everybody got that so far and understand how just based off of something we got from ChatGPT, this chambers of the heart, we were able to build this section fast? Give me a yes if so. Obviously, a lot of you aren't doing Chamber of the Heart. Some of you are going to do underwater basket weaving. Some of you are going to do how to play cards, how to be great at poker. Here's the hands, you know, a poker cheat sheet. Some of you are going to do, here's a bartending guide. You don't have to be an expert at a topic. The hard part of any of this, and what drove me crazy before, is this. Building the outline sucked. Once you have the outline, it's easy to know what the sections of this are supposed to be. Plus, it's easy to know what you've got to research to go do this the right way. Now, the idea is, here's another one, bartender study guide. My prompt was create a study guide for a new bartender. Do you guys feel like that's, if you're looking at this right now, do you guys feel like that's a pretty good layout for something like this? Look at that. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Classic cocktails. Maybe you add on some classic cocktails here because you want more recipes for the classic cocktails, but like, it's pretty complete as to what you would have. Can I tell you a secret about this? I was looking at the bartending guide that I bought, the laminated one, and a lot of this is pretty similar to what they put out. The bartending guide that I bought is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 5 or 6 pages, and it's pretty simply, it's almost exactly this. Now, for those of you not paying attention, am I going to laminate this and send it to people? And if you've not been paying attention so far, that's okay. Let me answer this for you. Do I laminate this and send it to people? No, we're selling the digital guide. So far, does everybody understand how to take a ChatGPT, create a study guide for X, get your outline, start building your sections into this template, and then to do the research? Now, is this going to take you a day or two the first time you do it? Of course it is. Of course it is. But let me ask you a question, and I want you guys to answer this honestly in the chat. When you are done creating this, are you going to get faster? Yes. But number 2, have you created something that has real value to real people? That's the question I want answered. Have you created something? Have you created something that has real value to real people? Absolutely. Now, there's a couple things that I need you to do with this guide. Okay? There's a couple of things that I need you to do with this guide when you're done with it so that we are setting ourselves up for success. The first part was just showing you how to edit it, how to find the information. Give me a yes if you have down what you need to be doing to find the information and to put it into a readable format that's really tiny but still fits into a guide that's pretty small. And by the way, this is not just you have to fit it in 3 pages. You can duplicate these pages as many times as you want to use the different layouts. You can change the layouts, but just to give you something to start from. Does everybody, and I want everybody here to answer this, does everybody understand how to research the information and then how to put the information into this thing in a way that is unique to you? Give me a yes if you got the research and formatting. I go to ChatGPT, I build a study guide, I start building my sections. After that, I Google all the pieces. Yes, Zach's AI tool would be great for this. Should we have a minimum number of pages? It depends on what you're trying to do. It depends on what you're trying to do, but I want you guys to understand, if I say 10 pages max and you do 11 pages, are you still okay? Are you still okay? Build it to the topic, but try to keep it as down as you can, all right? Try to keep it as down as you can. We want concise. All right, so far so good. Now, here's what I want you to do when you're done creating your title, this thing here. I want you to go to share, I want you to go to download, and I want you to download as JPEGs. So I'm going to download this as JPEGs. And when you're done downloading this as JPEGs, you are going to get something that looks like this zip file. And if I open up this zip file, it's going to look a little something like this. Everybody follow? You've just got images that are going to look kind of like this? Give me a yes if so. So I just downloaded this file. Let's say I was done with it and it was ready to go. I got all my information in. We now have a file. There's only 3 here. Maybe there's 5. Maybe there's 10 in yours. But we got our images. Now, why are we downloading this? Here's why. What we're going to do next is we're going to build this into a size that is a little more manageable for some things we're doing. And it's more of a book cover style thing. So if you export it, you get something that's, if I were to take out the background here, I want you to see this. If I take out the background, ours is about this style. Now, the reason that we do this size is because if you do this size, it's super printable on most printer paper. Give me a yes if you understand that. The reason I export, and we're gonna give this out at this size because later we're gonna like share this as a PDF. We're not doing anything with the pictures other than some display stuff, but if we do this as a PDF, they can print it, and this is print size. But for advertising purposes and for display purposes, we need to change the size a little bit. So we're gonna take our file, we're going to use this template, which is the Fit to Design mockup. I'll share this with you. And we are going to import our image. So I've already uploaded some, so you don't have to watch me upload them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that image, I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to take it to the side, and I'm going to drag it until it comes to the edge. Till it comes to the edge. I'm going to make sure I match the background color. Match the background color to the color that is my background here. So we're going to click this, which is the background, click up here. We're going to click the color wheel. We're going to grab this code. We're going to go to our other file. We're going to click the background. We're going to click that. We're going to click the color. We're going to paste the code here so that we've got this and it's all the same color. You don't have to understand this yet, but do you see how I matched the background to the background color of my file? And now we have a file that's got a little bit more of a top and a little bit more of a bottom. Give me a yes if this makes sense. A little bit more of a top, a little bit more of a bottom. This is kind of like the book cover style stuff. You'll see why this is important in a second. Okay? When we have this, we are going to download this file. So this is our Fit to Design mockup. We're going to download this as a JPEG. Okay? So we're going to download the one that has a little bit more of a top, a little bit more of a bottom there. And what we're going to do here, is you are going to use this, which is digital printable mockups that I have prepped for you. Now I want to show you something special here. I want to show you something special, so I'm going to like mess with this a second so you can see what this actually does, because it's kind of magic. All right, I'm going to put, let's just do, I'm going to do a photo of coffee so that you can just kind of see what's going on here. I'm going to drag this into here so you can really see what's happening. You can't necessarily see the spinning wheel, but watch what happens here. What we're going to do is we're going to upload the one that had the bigger top and the bottom, and we're going to drag them into this image. Instead of it going on top of the image, watch what happens. Watch what happens. Okay? Now, that's not perfect, so I'm going to click into this. I'm going to click on the image and click Edit. And I'm going to put Fill. Fill and Fit. But I want it to fill. Everybody got that? And now it looks like your digital printable that you just printed out a version of. We now have this cool mock-up. Everybody understand we're building mock-ups of this for something we're going to do later. We go down here. We're going to take our same image. We're going to drag it into here. It's going to take a second, but it's going to do this. Now this one, we're going to click. We're going to do Edit, Fill. The coffee was for me to put another image in there so you could see me actually dragging it in and changing. That's all. Sorry, I didn't mean to confuse you. I get it. So does everybody see now? We've got 2 images, one of it on an iPad, one of our thing on an actual printable where they can print it out, and now they can really see what we're trying to do here. Give me a yes if this makes sense. And I'm going to give you this template, and all you have to do is drag the version here that you did onto that, and that's what makes it fit. So now you're going to have this, and it is going to be specific to your digital printable because it'll be your thing, so it can actually show off what you're doing. And obviously it'll have your title and all your stuff coming down the side there. That's where we start. Now, from there, we're going to do one more thing. I've got one more template here. Well, I probably got more than one template, but we're going to jump into here, and I've got an iPad here. I've got an iPad here. What I want you to do is I want you to go to your uploads, and you can drag the original, or you can drag the big one. I would advise you drag the big one that had the longer top and the bottom into this so that you've got an iPad version of your stuff here, and we're going to use that image later too. Does everybody understand? It was several images, I get it, but does everybody understand so far what we're doing? We're just building images that show off what we're doing. Now I got one more for you. We're going to take the original pages, not the elongated ones, and we're going to take it into this Canva template, and you're going to drag your uploads into each of these boxes. You see how when I drag it into it, it changes the image? Everybody see when I drag it into it, it changes the image? Give me a number 1 if you see that. This is just this is a specific thing that we're going to need in the future, but all you're going to do is change the name up here, change the brand, change your tagline, change the benefit down here. You can change any of the background colors to be whatever you want, but then we're going to drag the images of our things into here. You can click on it and adjust it if you need to, but that's what we're going to do there. When you're done with this, you have a set of images that's going to set you up for the next thing that we're going to do. So not only do you have a badass digital printable, but you have all the marketing materials to go with it. Give me a yes in the box if you understand what we're building towards with this set of templates here. By the way, do you guys realize the amount of work and testing that went into this with all these templates? And I'm handing it to you guys. I want you guys to have this because I don't want you guys to have to do all the work that I did. I don't want you all to have to go through what I did to figure this out. And so I'm giving you guys these templates. And here in a second, we're going to go through what to do with these templates. But so far, so good. Does everybody understand? I'm handing you some templates. And if you watch back over this part of the training, you're going to be able to do what you need to do with them. You don't have to memorize it now. Just understand you can go back and watch me again on the replay of this and understand what to do with those templates, which gets us ready for the next part. So far, so good? So far, so good. Give me a yes or number 1 if so far, so good, and we're good. We're locked in. Remember, you don't have to retain all the information now. You just have to get it from 10,000 feet up, and then you can always go back and watch it as you're doing this, as you get to that part. Good. Okay, let's keep going.